All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another great session with the presidential candidate of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Now, one of the major talking points of the 2023 presidential election campaigns were the errors and the incoherence of ideas that pervaded TINUBU's speeches. We had the famous Blue and the down payment for a roasted corn episodes, and we fear that such things or anything close to them must not be heard from our representative at the global stage, and as such, we voted massively against it. But INEC and the judiciary did what they did, you know the story, and here we are today. However, to be fair, we haven't really heard anything like the Blue and the roasted corn punchlines for a long time now. But just few hours ago, a video began making the rounds online. The video contains part of TINUBU's speech in his recent visit to Dubai. By the time I saw this video, it had over 1 million views already, and nobody, not one person, could explain what TINUBU was saying in front of other world leaders. By the time I watched the video myself, I was as confused as everyone else. And Nigerians, thousands of Nigerians in the comment section had only negative remarks about the whole development. Before I show you that video and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you the latest escapade of SEYI TINUBU. Look at how the papers reported it. New leaders of Nigerian students, NANS, blame SEYI TINUBU for violence during convention, using DSS operatives to harass contestants. Newly elected leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, have accused SEYI TINUBU, son of President Bola Tinubu, of interfering in the process and activities of the body. Sahara reporters on Friday reported how Pedro Obi, a PhD student of guidance and counseling studies from the Delta State University, emerged as president of the students' body. He got 212 votes to defeat his closest rival, Lucky Emonefe, who scored 83 votes. Emonefe, aged 48, is the preferred choice of the president's son, SEYI. The election was held late Friday night at the Old Parade Ground, Abuja. In a statement signed by Obi on Saturday night, the association blamed SEYI for the violence witnessed during the association's convention, alleging the son of the president abused his privilege by deploying operatives of the Department of State Services, DSS, to interfere with the activities of the student body in order to decide who became the NANS president. As you may recall, the NANS National Convention was slated for 27th to 30th November 2023 in Abuja, and student leaders across tertiary institutions mobilized themselves to Abuja for elections of new leadership, the statement read. Unfortunately, and as you may have seen, certain individuals masquerading as government agents piqued unnecessary interest in our organization to the extent of making strong attempts at forcefully imposing unpopular leaders against popular choices of the students. Many biases, such as political party affiliation, closeness to corridor of power, and subtleness of candidates were considered. However, the fierce resolve of student leaders who gathered frustrated these inimical attempts at hijacking the leadership of the organization. The senators resisted imposition of Mr. SEYI TINUBU's candidate, who is not a known student of any tertiary institution in Nigeria. The Department of State Security, DSS, was excessively deployed for partisan roles, working for Mr. SEYI TINUBU to determine who should enter the venue and who should not, unleashing mayhem on comrades and genuine student leaders who did not align with their ungodly interests. Against all odds, Nigerian students resisted all the intimidations and elected the new leadership of our organization, now led by me, Comrade Pedro Obi, a PhD student of the Delta State University, Abraka. Hey! In a student's election again, this is unbelievable. The DSS are now being used like thugs. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Sonny Angel says, of course, like father, like son, he wanted to use security operatives to fight for, snatch, grab, and run with the NAN's leadership. Unfortunately for him, no INEC to complete the bunch, and the students were not ready to be cowed. Wow. And this tweet by D says, now SEYI can control the DSS. Biden's son can't even control state police. Talk less of FBI or CIA. There is nothing like democracy in Nigeria. It's such a shame. And this tweet by Jasper says, which job is he doing? Or where has he ever worked in his life? Kudos to the management for the resilience, standing against all odds, especially financial power, which official APC delegates couldn't resist during the primaries. And this tweet by Morayo says, it is barely 6 months. His father took over office and this guy is already constituting nuisance everywhere. What's his business with NAN's election? Is he a student? Again, all of you that voted TINUBU and keep defending him, God will punish you. Ha! And this tweet by Prof says, what do you expect from the son of Mr. Grab it, snatch it, and run with it? That's their mentality. This is why they keep producing Agberos as youth empowerment. Oh, this one enter. And this tweet by Kojo Comedy says, Nigeria DSS don't finally turn vigilante. Ha ha ha. Now, let me show you that video, which is actually part of the speech that TINUBU gave in his recent visit to Dubai. And I want you to listen carefully at that speech so that you can tell me in the comment section what he was trying to say. Because me and millions of other Nigerians don't listen to this speech and we couldn't make anything of it. Please watch the video.
And we hope the two giant nations and the Emirates will be able to help us through. And the largest economies that have benefited immensely to do more very fast because their health needs healing and is crying for attention more quickly. Thank you very much.
You heard him. And on a very serious note, I listened to this speech over and over again, and I couldn't really make anything of it. And I know it was cut out of a full speech, but that was on for about 1 minute. That is over 45 seconds speech. And if you are really making sense within 45 seconds, I think we should be able to place our hands on what you are trying to say. And you can see how confused the Arab man that was even listening to him looked. And the whole thing just sounded incoherent. But if you think you understand what he was trying to say, please let me know in the comment section. Seriously. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here says, I beg, who they ever understand waiting this man they talk? Help a friend. I'm telling you, I need help. Make me understand. And this tweet by Wingate says, this is so cringe and embarrassing. This does not reflect well for Africans. It doesn't at all. We are being embarrassed on the global stage. And this tweet by James says, the most painful thing is the way he pauses. You would think it is for articulation and expect a punchline or some clarification of previous things said. However, the longer the pause, the more confusing the next line. This is exactly what I'm facing. When he pauses, I'll think, okay, he's going to clarify this thing that I'm confused about. No! He will hit you with something more confusing. Oh my God. And this tweet here says, I hope supporters of the APC regime will explain what Balablu is saying here. The same way they explained his poor church rats and poisoned Holy Communion analogy while speaking on climate change during the pre-election period. It is safe to say this man no sabi wetin be climate safe. I'm telling you, his confusion when it comes to climate change issues is always on another level. And this very funny tweet here by Adeloye Olayinka Jr. says, did this man just use style run away from the podium? Didn't even wait to be asked another question. I'm telling you, the way he just ran away from the podium after that speech is so hilarious. You have seen it. That is what the APC has done to us, from Buhari to TINUBU. Men who should be resting, old men who should be resting and enjoying all that they have worked for, now coming to take on the challenge of managing a difficult country like Nigeria. Now so we see am. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away.